Hi everybody and welcome to the Natural Sensory Nooks YouTube channel. I'm Josie, the founder of the Natural Sensory Nook, and I'm here to offer advice, support and guidance through the magical world of play. So today we're going to look at the broad and probably the fearful subject of messy play. I know a lot of parents find this kind of play difficult because mess, it comes with it, the exploration play, if you like. But it is so important to babies and toddlers, and the amazing skills and development and connections that is made from messy play will be astounding to you. So I'm here to talk about that and maybe give you some ideas of what you could do at home. Something really simple and that doesn't cause you to have anxiety about the fact that there's loads of mess in your house. So from the earliest days, babies and toddlers learn best through hands-on rich experiences, sensory rich experiences. Messy play is more than just about fun, although it is a lot of fun and it is about having fun and really getting in there. It is a vital part of their development. So exploring with their senses allows young children to understand the world around them, build connections as well with their environment and other people, and build those connections within the brain, and develop confidence and their confidence in their own abilities. So using real, authentic materials such as natural items, food-based play, water, sand, clay, leaves, or just everyday household items. These objects help children make meaningful discoveries. So unlike the plastics or the man-made preformed toys, these materials offer endless possibilities for exploration. They are open-ended. There is no full stop. There is no rule to the play. Their imagination can go wild, and it encourages more of their imagination. Problem solving, curiosity. These are the things that messy play can really help with. Say children are making connections and learning. What is it that they are actually learning? We hear about it all the time, but let's get down to the actual hard facts about what it is that they're actually gaining. When it comes to messy play, depending on the materials and the things that you're putting in for them to have an opportunity to explore, these materials can develop fine and gross motor skills. So scooping, pouring, squashing, patting, all of the things. It can strengthen their cognitive development, their intellect, their brain, by experimenting with cause and effect, testing out ideas that they might have, but allowing their imagination to grow, and making choices, good or bad. It's important that they do that. They build emotional resilience, learning what's safe and how to take risks, trying new things and embracing their unknown. They enhance their social skills, their language, as they share space, they share materials, the ideas that they have with other children, communication, the send and receive, the waiting, the stopping. They deepen their sensory awareness by experiencing different textures, temperatures, and consistencies. All these things are going to help build for a more well-rounded child. Messy, sensory-rich experiences also support early creative and language development. A toddler who runs their fingers through mud or flour not only has a sensory input, but also the vocabulary to describe what they're feeling. So soft, sticky, rough, smooth, cold, wet. All of these things are going to develop that language. And most importantly, messy play with authentic materials connects children to nature, real life, and their own innate sense of wonder. By giving them the freedom to explore in a safe, guided way, we are helping them to build strong foundations for lifelong learning. There's been many research and findings around the world of sensory play, and especially messy play. Findings such as on the gross modular perception of texture from birth. A study on newborn infants found that while very young babies do not really rely on transfer of recognition of objects between vision and touch, they do transfer texture information. So what things feel like. Texture is one of the first properties babies sense meaningfully. It supports the idea that touch-based tactile play is foundational in the early sensory learning. So texture of food pieces, and we see it all the time with food in messy play, and this does have beautiful benefits to your child. Texture of food pieces helps develop the action of chewing and feeding. In a study with 8-month-old infants exposed to foods with more larger and harder pieces versus the softer, smaller ones, they improved chewing ability. So they were able to chew pieces of carrot and potato. Real texture in food supports oral motor development. Sensory experiences of different textures, different food items, hot or cold, which may also help the feeding and the speech process. One of my favorites, loose parts and open-ended authentic materials. They correlate and build the cognitive development. A systematic review from ages 0 to 6 looked at indoor loose parts play, things that, aren't designed as fixed toys, natural materials, household items, fabrics. Many of the studies in this review show positive associations between interaction with loose parts and improvement in their divergent and convergent thinking, creativity, problem solving, general cognitive outcomes, including early reading and math. Authentic materials and open-ended messy play help not just sensory motor skills, but higher cognitive functions that they will need later on in life. Overall, messy play, as we know, is so important, and it doesn't matter where and when you do it. Encouraging toddlers and babies to engage in messy play helps in a multi-sensory learning, not just seeing, but touching, tasting, smelling, moving the objects. That kind of learning tends to lead to stronger and more varied neural connections in the brain. Real materials, these tend to offer variability, unpredictability, and so many more complex sensory inputs, which drives exploration, problem solving, and perceptual learning. Being in familiar surroundings, in an environment that they know where they feel safe, the child will be better in exploring all of the materials with endless possibilities. They feel secure and are more likely to experiment. So as we know, messy play isn't trivial or just fun, although it is a lot of fun. It's foundational for early language, feeding, gross and fine motor skills, emotional regulation, and cognitive flexibility, and so many more areas. So let's dig in and have a look at what things you could do at home to support your child's learning.